So in order to understand the mechanics of this collapse, you need to understand how these were built. So this right here is the fourth floor walkway. This right here is the second floor walkway. This is solid concrete. This is solid concrete. In order to support these concrete pieces that went away, so we're looking at the end of it, you had these C-channel strips that were made of steel. These C-channel strips were on either side, were welded together here, 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 and here. They were welded together lengthways, all the way along the entire walkway. And then, after that was done, there was a rod that was originally in the original design that went from the ceiling all the way down through the fourth floor to the second floor. Now, when they were the original design, there was supposed to be a nut here that held this in place and a nut here that held this in place. Same on both sides. What this did was the fourth floor walkway was held up by these box girders that was supporting only the weight of the fourth floor through the rod. The same thing with the second. This nut right here and this box girder were holding only the weight of the second floor walkway through the same rod all the way up to the ceiling. But the problem was, when they would go to install it, they had to screw the rod and the nuts all the way through from the second floor all the way up to the fourth floor, and that was going to be extensive and time-consuming and very difficult to do. So they decided to do a redesign. Now, in order to make it easier, they redesigned it. They took this rod still that came from the ceiling all the way down through this fourth floor box girder and put a nut here, right? This is still welded together, the whole thing. But instead of going all the way down to the second floor on that same rod, they took a second rod, put a nut here, ran it through this box girder all the way down to the second floor, and put another nut here. So when you have people on the fourth floor and people on the second floor, this added weight is all of the weight here is being supported by this box girder here, right? Now, because of where they put this, all of the weight of the second floor is also being put on this box girder here. So what happened is when weight was added to the fourth floor and weight was added to the second floor in the form of people, this nut right here split this weld apart, and then the entire walkway fell this way a few inches. And then when it hit this second weld, it split that weld apart, the entire thing came crashing down, and then when it hit the second floor, it failed this weld apart, split it apart, and the whole thing came crashing down to the floor. All because it would have been difficult to do the original design and nobody decided to check it aside from a phone call.